Business Spot. My name is Elijah Kelvin Murungi, and this is Business Spot. So today is our Wednesday, the 31st of July, that is 2024, day of July this particular year. So we are back with yet another episode of Elkem Business Spot, and tonight we're going to be discussing tourism and travel. So in the studios of Elkem TV, I have a gentleman, a CEO, a director, tourism industry, but also the things that are taking shape in Uganda, because tourism or domestic a lot of revenue for Uganda. Naft Tours and Travel, who is going to be an expert in that. Naft, introduce himself.
Okay. It is my second time.
Yeah, your second time.
But this
no,
Charlie.
The people will look at you with a beard,
yeah,
and they will think you
protect
travel and you're
established some 7 years back.
Okay, that's quite old.
From Masindi.
Okay.
It is where we tourism, mostly around the country. Yeah, it is mostly domestic tourism. Yeah, I have yeah.
Overseeing the things that are happening. Okay, now most of the people would ask a question, inspired you to start NAF Tours and Travel?
I was inspired by the fact that most people, actually in the Bunyoro region, most people are not into among the then. I wanted to have traveled with everyone. They have at least traveled with us in Masindi here. So that is the gap. And I was inspired so much by a friend, and I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to
stand and acknowledge that here at home.
For domestic tourism, you start from home.
Okay.
I can say this proverb in Runyoro, we are looking at a bigger picture that we shall introduce with time to come, but we needed to start with what we have. Yeah. So, with the tourism, you're working with the government directly. So we wanted to at least promote the.
Okay. Now, a lot of things are going on in the tourism industry, in the travel industry, but what do you see currently?
Tour and travel in Uganda, because I said we are so much into domestic tourism. Let me say the whole Uganda. Okay. People have started loving this. Yeah, it is not like then when a family would prepare to have a vacation at the end of the year, but now every weekend they go and have fun. Yeah, so it is not like those days when people used to have one trip in a year. Yeah.
Okay. I've wanted to travel over.
You got on your often
and be there.
This is when I'm mostly busy. Yeah, straight work schedules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now to realize there are a lot of trends that are coming up. Now, for you, what trends are you seeing in the tour and travel industry?
The trends that really is interesting is kusimbula every week. Yeah. People nowadays don't wait for the end of year. We are waiting for the festive season. Someone wherever they are, wherever they feel like, yes, they feel like traveling. Someone will just now. Do you have any trip this month? Yeah, we get this every day. Do you have any trip? Do you have a trip in August? I want to Kusimbula. Yeah, it is not like those days where. By the way, this is where now the government is really benefiting from that. Now people are getting used to this domestic tourism, where it is possible for everyone
to travel.
Yes,
actually, there was a myth that tourism is for whites. You understand?
Yeah,
that people that want to go to Maction Falls, they are white. There are people coming into the country, and then you look at the people around, even close. Let's say, for example, the people that are in that route to the park, or that Kinogos.
No, it is Kinogos is this side.
No.
Kisanja.
And there is that Bokwe.
Yes.
Before Bokwe, that's whatever.
There is Chomanyowa. That one is towards the Maction Park.
Yeah. So you realize that people that are close to that area, they have never been to the park.
Yeah, true.
Actually, they have not even went to the falls on top of the falls.
True.
What are these dynamics that are there? Why aren't people, home people actually? Okay, in your opinion, are people traveling? the people that are next or that are close to these areas, travel sites, tourism sites, are they going to those places?
Now, that one really happened before. But I want to tell you now, I have organized trips to Maction. Yeah, over the years, at least every year I have 2 trips that are organized by the company. Yeah, so I want to tell you, you're going to see, we are taking, because me, I don't deal with the whites unless
you deal with the local person.
Yeah, unless they book with us earlier. That is when. But when we are organizing a trip, we target the local ones.
Yes.
You get me? Yeah. So it has become a trend whereby everyone, it is easy for everyone to go there. And I'm happy that the government has really promoted this by reducing the costs compared to the compared to the whites, you know. Yeah, the government has reduced these costs so that everyone really benefits from this.
Yeah, and they're able to travel at any given time.
Yes.
So you're still speaking of the trend okusimbura. Yeah, any time that people, I have seen very many young people that are coming up with tour and travel. Everyone, this tour and travel, Elijah tour and travel, who tour and travel, things like that. What are the dynamics? What are the things they should prepare for in the industry?
No. Here in this industry, you really need to be prepared, because before even you register your company with the government, you're given a certain time to operate, so that you build this trust. You get me? Of recent, I was looking on one of the terms to have your companies registered. One of them is you must not have frauded people. So this, when you talk about this, it is all about trust. What is the relationship between you, the company, and the clients? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, with the experience that you have, we're counting 7 years down the road. What are these services that we look at in your business operations that you offer as NAFT Tours and Travel?
NAFT Tours offers variety of services. We're into tour and travel, whereby we work on couples, families, schools, groups. Yeah, let's say an organization that wants to have a vacation. Yeah, we work on them, and on that it depends. We even work on whites. Yeah, who come from abroad, for instance, because we operate everywhere. Nowadays we have social media, so we shall come to that. We have social media, so that is one of the services that we offer. We have again what we call the car hires. With the car hires, you can do anything with your car. For instance, you have where you're going. You can just contact NAFT Tours. Yeah, we shall get you any car of your choice. For instance, these ones that are going for weddings, introductions.
So in other words, people do not have to struggle with the fact that they have to find a van. Most of the times people want to get to the park, and then they use that park transport. Yeah, we really, because in the park, those vehicles that go there are 4-wheel drive vehicles. So we all have those cars. When you want one of them, just contact us. We shall avail one for you. Okay. All right.
The other services, we normally give advice. Yeah.
Your advice is also a service by the
consulting.
Yes.
Because at the end of it all, we have people that really are okay. They have their own car, and they have no idea of what they are going to face. Please, most of them make mistakes. Yeah, they make low budgets, yet there is these prices are fixed. You don't bargain at the park. No, you don't.
You don't reach there and then you'll be like, no.
So we offer advice. We tell people, you can call us, you consult.
Yeah, if you must go to Maction, you expect ABCD,
yes.
expect to have ABCD, things like that.
Yes, and that one we normally do it at a free cost. Yeah, because at the end of it all, you're helping us. Maybe next time better. By
Yeah,
the
that
time
is
you
true.
called us,
You
meaning, so
trusted
we
us.
do this free of charge. We can advise, I tell you on what to expect, on what to do, and the don'ts in the park.
All right. Now, Naft, getting to travel and to tour can sometimes be a very tricky part. Yeah, more especially when you've organized a trip and people must pay for it, and then they expect quality and safety. Now, as a company, how do you ensure quality and safety in your tour packages?
At the start, I told you we do this with trust. You get me? We are service providers. At the end of it all, you're going to expect the best from us. Yeah. Whereby maybe when we are organizing this, everything has to be budgeted for. Okay, and this is why we are verified by registering with the government. So we ensure these people have gotten the best services, because we have at the end of it all a name to protect. This is one of them. The trust to keep. Yeah. You know, it is so bad when you're in a society where people don't trust.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is true.
and we've promoted this by the level of clients we get per trip. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
You realize that the numbers keep
Yeah,
growing.
the numbers, and we are so much recommended. Yeah, a friend can recommend you to us. Yes, this is how we've realized how trusted we are. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now getting to customer experience, because customer experience is one of the most important things while we transact business. Now, what are these things that you feel set NAFT tours and travel, considering the emerging tour and travel agencies?
I beg your pardon on that.
Yeah. What are these? What are these things that you feel set NAFT tours and travel apart? Like, what differentiates you from other tour agencies?
Of course, we are NAFT tours. Some of us have taken or have given it our best. We've given it all to make sure we deliver the best to our clients. I told you this is all about trust. And on some activities I don't send, I do them myself. I take part. You get me? So with this, it builds this trust. Even when you're traveling with me and I'm in the car, they say Kasta NAFT is there. Naye mwali. You get
now
me?
when we get an issue,
So besides being a registered company, there are some things that comes along, like the insurance of the clients. They are really, I take all the responsibility on me. Yeah. So in most cases, even if there is one time when I went to CP Falls with my clients, but it was fortunate enough that the person who got lost was my staff. And you know, we were moving in bits, and some people would get tired. You know, CP Falls is full of hills. You climb hills. So at some point, my staff got tired and opted to have a shortcut where he did not know. I won't tell you we waited for the guy, but later on he went on the main road, had a border and got us where we were residing at that time.
and that is how you leave someone in the hills.
But let me tell you, we realized that the guy was not in the car when we had already reached.
Hey.
Yeah, because at that point, we use now, he was seated next to me. So me, when we are setting off, I tell them, make sure you know the person
You are seated
you're
with.
seated with, in case we enter the car, because we are dealing with adults.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So I realized I boarded last. So I sat on the driver driving off. I asked, but where is this guy? Yeah. By the way, let me tell you.
I'm actually thinking I know that guy.
Yeah. And I don't want to mention him, but I want to tell you, it was tricky. Yeah, but it has never happened. The good enough, the place was okay. We boarded the border up to where we are. We were there, we saw him arriving. Actually, we are planning to go back and look for him. Yeah.
Okay.
What I love with the trips, there is this bond that you build. The connection. Yeah. There is this connection that you build with every particular friend, any new friend. I want to tell you by the end, because we normally do 3 days, a 3 days trip with the 2 nights. By the time it is
the third night,
you have already gotten a friend. Actually, these friends, some of them have become best friends. Yeah, this is one thing.
And definitely others have become couples.
I don't want so much going that.
No, but those are facts.
I'm terming them as best friends now.
You see, we used to be in divinity classes for us that did arts at the end of it all, and then questions come in of how do you get marriage partners, and then one of the answers would be on tours, on trips.
I can't rule that out. Yeah, it happens. But,
it happens, of course.
Sometimes for the safety, because we have this mentality that always came into people, that whenever you're going for a trip, actually people call it, they think going for a trip is like going to a bar. You get me? Yeah, they have that wrong mentality about going for a trip.
Going to the bar, what does that mean?
For instance, people think it is so much of satanic.
Bagenda moki,
bagenda kusiyana, bagenda kusisa. I remember there is a lady who wanted to go with us, but the mother refused. No, you can't go for a trip. You can't go for a trip. But at the end of it all, this is a trip where we're going to meet a friend like you meet any other friend.
Of course, you get to connect.
This is where you're going to get a connection. It's where you're going to get a contact. You get me?
That you needed the most.
Yeah. So, and besides, there is nothing bad to trip, like going to watch the animals, knowing places, relaxing. At the end of it all, it helps your mind.
Yeah, that is right. All right, now, as we're going to be going for a very short commercial break, but also as we return, we shall be looking at the challenges and solutions that we're finding in the industry. Now, I want you to share a memorable experience or feedback that you've got from any client.
For my case, there is a time, it was in COVID 2020. Actually, it is one of the best trips I've made. You know, COVID had really affected. But what I love from this government, when they realized that the industry is a little bit
struggling,
they had to reduce all these costs,
the charges,
the charges by 50%. And by the way, when you don't know these things, when you're not updated, so you sometimes make mistakes. So that trip, most in Masindi only, I got a Costa. I remember I got a Costa. We were going there for 3 nights. And the Kampala one, I remember I got in a bus. Yeah. So it was the best trip. Actually, I remember everyone. The feedback was okay. I don't want to blow my own trumpet. But sometimes the things we have where the feedbacks are sent, we are all over the social handles.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a client tagging. We traveled with ABCD. Yeah, we did this, we did this. Thank you so much for your services. Yeah, this is actually with the feedbacks. Me, I don't want to talk about them, but people who visit us on our social handles are the ones that really see what we're doing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Naft Tours and Travel, the CEO. And thank you so much, viewers, for keeping it live on Elkem TV. This is Elkem Business Spot that happens every Wednesday. So we're going to be going for a short commercial break, and when we return, we shall be looking at the challenges and the solutions that are in the tourism and travel industry. Business Spot returns. producer. All right, welcome back from that short commercial break. My name is Elijah Kelvin Murungi, and this is Elkem Business Spot. And now we're speaking, for those that are just joining us, we're speaking of tourism and travel. And many of you think tourism is just, by the way, going to see the animals, but I guess tourism is even beyond that. And by the way, I'd wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
How do you engage with pageants that are into tourism? That is the likes of the Miss Tourism Bunyoro, Miss Tourism Uganda, because most of the times we actually think that tourism is quite the same, but again the other one is more of models. Yeah, maybe that is a question we shall discuss off off the camera.
But we can, those ones, for instance, the Miss Tours or countrywide, those ones, it is a project that is emphasized or promoted by the government to help on the promotion of this domestic. Yeah.
Okay.
That is now, I have not worked directly with any of them because they have an office that they report to. And they must have their own office. They report to the district tourism officer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so basically they have to work hand in hand. But with me, it is a different company.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are an independent.
Yeah. But it's a very, very good strategy. Yeah, that really helps the government.
Okay. Now, of course, we do expect that as a business or as a company, just like any other business, you experience challenges. Now, what are these biggest challenges that you feel the tourism and travel industry does face, even if it is not at your end, but generally?
For the starters, let me. When we started, we were not well informed. Maybe that's how I can call it. So there was some mistakes that you would really make, but not like now, whereby I would really make a mistake and I would be to blame because there is nothing I don't know apparently. Yeah. So we have another problem of, I think the government now has realized there is so much money in tourism, and you're going to realize a local person or these domestic people to travel to just spark interest at Maction is around 25,000. So I think that there is now this price
heightening
that is coming up, and that I want the government to revise, because even this financial year was the top of fours was they've started costing it.
So those days when you enter the park,
yeah, it was free of charge.
Yes,
now you have to pay that 10K to just visit the top of fours.
Yeah, so you can imagine the logistics that come with it: fuel, entrance fee, food, what.
Yeah, and another thing, I think the business has a lot of untrusted people.
People who live in the park.
Not really, leave alone the people in the park, because this is our role.
I mean the organizers.
I mean these organizers, because I was looking at a trip, someone lying to people, you're going to pay, he had organized a trip of 100K from Kampala to CP Falls. I shared that thing to my group, and I told my people, please, at the end we have this. I told them, people who will go to this trip expect to suffer. You get me? Because you cannot 100K from only transport.
Even transport is not enough.
You get me? So I realized there is a problem somewhere where people are really misleading our clients. Because I would rather tell you.
As an offer.
Which offer are you talking about? Who is going to offer accommodation? Because on 100K that we are counting, it is only transport. Now, how will people feed? How will they accommodate? There was nothing like an offer. And to all my friends who view my status and who access my social handles, I posted that. I saw this. I told them this is a fraud. And where I got it, I didn't see anyone posting, meaning even the trip did not happen. Yeah, that is a big challenge that we are facing. And really, this is why we saying coming for consultation is free of charge, so that you don't make a mistake.
Yeah,
because it is weird for someone to take you somewhere and you start paying transport or calling some people you left home, send me some 20K. We are stuck this way. We want
Yeah, true.
you get me?
So now, as an expert, you as an expert in the tourism industry, and more especially when it gets to the experience that you've had of over 7 years, what do you think can be some of the solutions we can have to see that we curb the challenges in the tour and travel industry?
I think one of them is the government should come up with strict measures. Actually, strict. I'm emphasizing this because it is so easy for someone to start up this. Like, you find someone from nowhere, you're going to see a poster moving around. Yeah. So the government should have strict guidelines on how to come
on
up.
who takes people where.
Yeah. So, well, with the costing, the high costing, the government can look through. It should revise this, you know, because at the end of it all, for us, we are following the regulations set by the government. So, and when they look through it, trust me, because we are just putting this in these people's minds to do it more frequently. You get me? For the issues that are really tagging the companies, you sit down. You know, we learn by experience. So we build this. What you should know what you did in the past. You would rather have a high-priced trip than having a low-priced trip that will cost the company. Yeah, we did this before. I personally messed up sometime, but I can't repeat that. Yeah, before I release a trip, and I'll first sit down and look at everything. And another thing is trust. You must build the trust between the company and your clients. And every day we are having new clients. Yeah, we over 50 million Ugandans. You get me? So even me, when actually I do these school trips, for example, I do from primary to university. Yeah. I so much want to build this relationship with them because these are the future elders.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the people, the future basimbuzes.
Yes. So who will recommend even the next time? So it is really important you build your relationship with the other companies,
all right.
with the clients. Yeah.
All right. Now our time is fast spent. We just have about 7 minutes, but we can go through this quite sharp. Now getting to the market and competition. From where you come, do you imagine to have competitors in the market? And of course, if they are there, how do you stay in a competitive market? How do you stay ahead of competition?
With competition in the entire Bunyoro, no, I don't have any competitor. I've set really something that is really good, where I've taken everyone. The other people, I'm mentoring them now. They should learn from us, which is really good. That is why in Masindi, if not, I'm the only, even in Hoima, I might be the only tour company around. So my competitors are in Kampala, those, the central. But still, I want to tell you, even if I organize a trip, I happen to enter the market really well because I do get buses when I organize a trip. Yeah, I get clients from Kampala who want these private trips. Yeah. So with competition, and besides, I've just remembered this, how I've really worked hard. I've kept the trust moving. Where I've not gone best, I apologize. You know, it is sometimes better you accept when you make an error. Yeah.
All right. Now, when it gets to retaining, retaining and attracting customers, what strategies do you use? Why is it that every time that you're having a trip, you get more members?
Of course, every time I give them something different. Yeah.
A different vibe.
Yeah, I give them something different. That is one of the strategies. And there is what we call we call them discounts. Yeah. So this one motivates them, and because at the end of it all, we consider everyone that comes with us.
Yeah,
for instance, when we consider even couples, what discount are we giving the two? Yeah.
Okay. Now, getting to the future, NAFT, because we understand even at some point the future is tourism, because the money or the revenue that the government is making in tourism or domestic tourism is quite much. Now, as a company, NAFT Tours and Travel, what does the future have for you, or what are some of the future plans?
Our future plans as a company is having the best tour company in the country. That is one of them. Is hitting up to the last person who thought traveling is impossible. Yeah, because we want everyone to enjoy their country. Know your country. And one of our targets is improving every day. Because we want to have a difference every year. You're getting me? So, which will really help us out.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're really working hand in hand with every client, because at the end of it all, the client we've worked on has our contact. Sometimes when we have this and this, we connect with them, we share with them. Some buy who have gone there say next time better, Yeah.
All right. Now, getting to the issue of the.
Besides, one of our targets, we want to have at least a lodge, for instance. We want to have something like para in every national park. We are working on that, and possibly not very fine, just in the near future, we shall have that.
Okay, that's a nice one. Now, getting to what a lot of people are interested in, that is the environment conservation. How has NAFT Tours and Travel taken the responsibility of seeing that while you have all these tours, you preserve the environment?
With that one, most of our trips, we don't take really long. No, we have 3 days there. We've tried to conserve the environment in one way or the other to avoid this food packaging. Yeah. One of the ways is when I have a 3 days trip, we have a chef. You get me? Of course, when you have around 60 to 70 people, these restaurants don't want to work on them. So if we make it like a function, you get me? Where you go, so we go there, prepare to avoid these vera things. Yeah, we avoid that, and it has really helped, because at the end of it all, someone is really satisfied. Yeah.
So you go with you get food. Instead of having people carry boveras here and there,
we buy food. We go there with our saucepans. We have our chef. Chef, he prepares every meal throughout the day, throughout the trip. Yeah, that one has really helped. Besides, when we are in our vehicles, most of the vehicles that we travel with, we have these dustbins, these portable dustbins, so that we don't dispose these soda plastics anywhere. Yeah, at least they are posted there. Then after, they are taken to where they are supposed to be.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, conclusively, because we just have 1 minute, maybe is there anything else that you would like to share to the audience, especially in regard to tours and travel?
Tours and travel, I'd tell people, please be keen on the tour company that you want to use. It is really important. Go on social media, find out, because at the end of it all, when I've had a successful trip, I'll share it on the social handle. Everyone will look at it. There is a time I had a trip to Maction. It was in January. It was a university trip to Maction.
Okay.
And I delayed to share the pics actually. The cameraman did over what, and I delayed her. I used to get inboxes. Where did the trip go on? Because I had my phone and I posted one pic of mine. So you've posted your pic. You're telling us you have many what? You had. So at a later after 1 week I posted. But so you should be careful. You should not be stolen. And secondly, you should, before you go, because when you don't travel with me, you can go alone. Before you inquire, know the rates. Yeah, the government puts these rates clearly every financial year. They are posted on UA. You can go on the UA website and look at these prices. Please, you shouldn't make a mistake, because I had someone saying that entrance at Maction is 15,000. You will reach there and it is 25. You will say someone misled me.
Actually, seba kuiba get.
Yes, they say bakunyima biki. So it is really important you take a good research and you find out what is on ground. And lastly, maybe NAFT tours. Yeah, I always tell people the entire Western region, from Masindi, all over the country. Now the role that I'm left is penetrating through the western, the central, but the entire Bunyoro, we are really good because we've done the best, and at least Nabanyoro atiba kurambula mist because by nifuna trip za Kalangala norura tutembere motoka kuruka Kampala tugenzere Kalangala twegaise naba Kampala, we make it. So we've really sold it out. Yeah. So NAFT tours.
Remember the last time you went to Kalangala, you took buses.
I want to tell you, you will know that this you will know to Hambire when you at least travel with us. You not because other people, but just because we've made a name for ourselves. That name has paid off. We've had some shortcomings, yeah, but we stood firm and managed to move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, NAFT Tours and Travel. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of this episode of Elkem Business Spot. Our viewers on Elkem TV, thank you so much for keeping it on Elkem TV. Now we've come to the end of this particular episode, and I would like to encourage you to keep on following us on Elkem TV. Up next, we're going to be having the chat spot. That is unlocking social realities, and later we shall be having community connect, that is with Baneke.
One more thing, I've not directed them. NAFT Tours is on all socials.
Yes.
Facebook, you just search NAFT Tours. Twitter, NAFT Tours and Travel. Twitter is X nowadays.
Yes.
Instagram, NAFT Tours and Travel. Then WhatsApp, you go on any of those social handles, you'll get the numbers are displayed everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, NAFT. Thank you so much, our viewers. Have a very good afternoon.